I hope I don't ramble too much. I hope I keep you guys interested. My videos so far have been a bit long. I try to keep them a little more short, 5 minutes-ish or something like that. Um, but I've been, you know, born in New Jersey. Lived there like first couple years of my life. Came to California. I consider myself a California native. I've lived here for 40 years. Grew up in Southern California in Los Angeles and migrated up here north to the Bay Area, San Jose area, Santa Clara County. I live in Los Gatos to be particular. Um, and grew up, did a lot of church. I was in Long Beach and then Torrance, and did a lot of Christianity and youth group. I was in my youth group in a mime group, and I traveled abroad, and I spread the word of God. And I had my upbringing was serendipitous. I was lucky. I've always been lucky. I've always managed to be fortunate, and my mom alone raised me and my two other brothers. I'm the middle child. I have a younger brother of 13 months difference and an older brother of 3 years. And, I might very well be the one who made out the best, who had the most even keel, and, kind of wasn't taken by one thing or pushed by another. I think is very accurate. And I ended up here in the Bay Area, and I married. I have a couple of kids, and I work in general maintenance using my hands and my strength and some brain, I suppose. Um, and I've just been kind of ignorantly going through the stuff, struggling to say the least. My wife works too. I worked several jobs at one point, raising the kids early on, and really physically put myself out there. I attempted college. I never really had the drive, I suppose. You do some negative connotations, but at the same time, we know that the more you have to work, uh, the less well you'll probably do in college. And that was me to a T. And I was always, I think in hindsight, too smart for the system. The education system is lacking for sure. Keeping kids interested is at a premium, and they keep it at a minimum. Um, so I had a mom who struggled, and I never did homework. My brothers failed on different levels, and I kind of skated through okay. I received a GED. My mom left me before I was an adult. My older brother left well before that. My younger brother left shortly before in different ways. And, I kind of I've been like water. I joined the California Conservation Corps on a buddy program with a friend who left me dry in San Luis Obispo, California. That was my northern migration, and came up here with a girl, moved more north, and it was rough growing up. I got a GED, which is nonsense. Everything was slow for me. My brother was accelerated in 5th grade. I should have been accelerated, but generally I think nowadays they probably call it ADHD or something like that, actually. My tangent is going to have my ramblings are going to have a lot of little points, that I hope over time you guys will all connect with. Because, big thing is that, like I said, I'm pushing 42. I'll be 42 soon. And it took a while to kind of realize, not be ignorant of certain things, from religion to government to education, family, things like that. So I'm 42 now. Never thought I'd have kids. I got a 14-year-old and a 12-year-old, and man, they are spectacular. I'm lucky as hell concerning, autism and cancer and leukemia and law enforcement and how much stuff within American society can, you know, quickly wreck someone's life. There are so many concerns I have about so many things. But here I am, and I still wake up, and a lot of times can't believe I have kids, and I've made it this far. I smoke on the daily. I'm a solid pack-a-day smoker. Don't drink too much, but when I do, I binge, and I've had some drinks today. So I'm just trying to open up to you guys. If I'm going to start, spitting some game here, trying to fetch some birds and I'm looking for sanity, really. I guess I'm trying to see, am I the only one? I've gone through the straw man stuff, and we're calling it ISON lately, and, you can go Anunnaki, aliens, who is the Bible really written by? I just had this, fuck it, fucking internet, right? I mean, information is so readily available these days. You just fall back right on governing bodies, like all the secrets. It's pretty wild, Seems like we have all this help around us, but the fact of the matter is we're really the ones helping a select few, it seems. Since I kind of woke up a couple years ago, it's been a trip. My kids know a lot about it. My son's pretty reflective. He's very calm like me and pretty, I think he thinks a lot. Maybe too much. Might be too much like me. At any rate, what is life really about? It's kind of where I'm at. And it sucks having to play the game, it sucks having to go to school. It sucks having to work, a third of your life, and you sleep the other third. You only get 1/3 of your life to kind of play and whatever. It don't seem really fair. I guess that's probably why I have tendencies to not sleep too often. Not that I'm insomniac. It's just that literally I think, sleep is for the lesser or something like that. Even if it is with the goddamn TV, at least I try and watch something educational. But really, life, we're so polluted with all the crap that media gives us. We're so fulfilled with all this bullshit. I have some shit too, you know what I mean? And I like to think, oh, my shit's questionable, my hobbies, my extracurricular, outside of work and providing for my family or whatever, they're acceptable, you know what I mean? But fact of the matter is, we should really live to provide. We should just live to live. We should live to survive, to enjoy nature and family. You know what I mean? Like, what if you? I've been saying this for years now. Like, what do you really need? And I guess the first thing is water. Water's, you freaking are water. So you're gonna need water, and then I guess after that it's probably gonna be food. Because you can't have one without the other. And there is this little tier. And I suppose after that, I kind of sometimes think, but normally I call out just shelter, Food, water, you need shelter, elements, whatever, unless, like most people were back in the day, kind of nomadic, we migrated seasonally. And then generally after that I say family, we need a social life, we need love, we need that. And after that, come on, what do you really need? But we're so caught up in this crap of buying a bunch of filler, basically. Watching a bunch of filler, doing a bunch of filler. So, yeah. I don't know how rambling this may seem. I'm just trying to open up because I think I'm going to start posting more videos, and so I wanted this to be a kind of early on. Hi, it's Mike Z, you know. So we'll probably talk about a bunch of things, you know, and it's all hearsay, you know. You don't know who I am. I'm just bullshitting. This is all bullshit. But if anything, just to think about things, think about, you know, what are we really doing here? What are we really living in, you know? I guess that's most of it. I think you guys know a lot about me right now, you know. It's been a trip, man. Swear to God. Halfway through, I guess, my life. Whatever. A lot of stuff to consider. I know this much. I'm going to be up tomorrow morning working. And the sun will come up. Pretty sure the sun's going to come up. You know, like I alluded to earlier, I have hobbies, you know. I like to do things that, you know, I don't need, you know, necessity type things. I have these escapes, you know, and everyone says that, like, oh, I have an escape, like it's all right to have a something, you know. I don't think that sounds right. I don't think it feels right really to have that, you know. One of my hobbies is really questionable. The other one is I could totally, it's all man-made. It's like, yeah, but everything's kind of man-made, you know. But I'm talking about, like, you know, being content with what you have, you know, understanding what you need and understanding, like, what's really important, you know. I think we waste a lot of time on things that really don't matter at all. And I do the same. And it sucks finding out so late in life. I'm totally set up. I have kids, you know, like, I can't really deviate from this path that I'm on right now. You know, my kids would probably hate me for it. You know, they're into all kinds of electronics and material things. And, you know, I can't really, you know, couldn't upheave all that right now. You know, they have their decisions. They're free also. They can make their own choices, right? They can play the game, or they can try and, you know, be on the fringes or whatever, and not be so much involved or have to play, you know. God, really? I mean, right there, are you saying it in your head too? Government, government, government. There's just like laws and regulations and things you have to do. There's things you have to do. You have to do. You don't just have to plant your garden and reap your garden and make your shelter and get water. There's all kinds of other shit you have to do. You have to buy a car. You have to drive to there. You have to, you know, apply for this. You have to get education. You have to be, you know, you have to pay your taxes. You have to get licensed for this. You have to get inspected for that. You know, wow, a lot of laws. So, yeah. Maybe you have an idea where I'm going to be going with these videos. I don't give a crap really if I get followers or not. I give a crap if I get people to think a little bit. So who knows what I'm going to talk about next. I'm certainly going to keep on track with my big issues about safety around my home and stuff, and the local police department that I'm dealing with. But I think I'll touch on some other subjects too, as far as, you know, government, guns, you know, rights and benefits and you know, taxes and education. So I'll probably be hating all across the board, really. Yep. But hey, I'm a busy guy too. I don't know how much time I have to do this. You know, I gotta fucking work. I gotta work for apparently a wage that is sub below what minimum wage should be if it kept up with inflation. You know what I mean? Things like that. Gosh darn it. Yeah. Anyway, I'm really grateful that my disposition in life has always been a pretty patient one. Thoughtful, you know, reflective. I love to recount the day, to understand things. I hope I might be insightful to a certain extent. So I'm sure this video is pretty long already. Sorry. I'll talk to you all soon.